Andreychuk, come on up.
It took almost 41 years for Dave Andreychuk to reach the pinnacle of hockey, but in 2004 he finally did, lifting the Stanley Cup as captain of the Tampa Bay Lightning. The long road to get to that point wound its way through 6 different cities, but it all began in Hamilton.
Well, I mean, obviously I got in hockey at an early age. I was probably, 5 or 6 years old, and my dad got me into it. And, it was easy for me because where I lived on the mountain, I walked across the street to McCaster Park, and there was an ice rink right there. So that's where I got my start.
In 1982, he was drafted 16th overall by the Buffalo Sabres and played under legendary coach Scotty Bowman.
My memories of Scotty, I look back on those days and what he taught me about my work ethic, about coming to the rink and working hard every day, about actually there was another end to the ice. It wasn't just about scoring goals, it was about stopping them too. But he pushed me very hard. He turned me into the player that I was today.
And that player turned out to be an exceptional one. After 12 years in Buffalo, he moved on to the Toronto Maple Leafs, where he scored 53 goals during the 93-94 season.
When you play with guys like Doug Gilmour and Glenn Anderson, Wendell Clark, you play with good players, you're going to get better. It was a perfect timing for me. I had played almost 12 years in Buffalo. It was a good change of scenery. It was up the road. It was a team that I watched as a kid. My dream came true to play for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
In 2001, Andreychuk headed south and joined the Tampa Bay Lightning, a team that featured a wealth of talent, including some of the game's rising stars, Vincent Lecavalier, Brad Richards, and Martin St. Louis among them. 3 seasons later, he led those players to the Stanley Cup Championship, the first of his career.
It took me so long to get there after 22 years. It wasn't just really about me winning and holding the Stanley Cup. It was about my family, and like you said, my friends that have been around me all the time. It was exciting for us. It was a moment that obviously that a lot of us are never going to forget. But for me, I worked very hard to get to that point.
In honor of his outstanding career, the city of Hamilton renamed the Mountain Arena the Dave Andreychuk Mountain Arena and Skating Center in 2005. Andreychuk is fiercely proud of his hometown roots and knows the city's personality impacted the way he played the game.
I look at the blue collar. I think that came out in my hockey style. I was a hard worker, a guy that never gave up. Those are the qualities that Hamiltonians have, and I use that going through my whole NHL career. So I've always said that Hamilton is a place that I'll always call home, and my family and friends are still here, and I enjoy coming back.
Returning to the city to be inducted into the Hamilton Sports Hall of Fame is something Andreychuk and those around him couldn't be happier about.
It's exciting for us. It's not just for me, for my wife and my family that's still here. From a guy that started skating, on the Hamilton Bay a long time ago. We never thought we would reach this point, but it is quite an honor. To be inducted into the Hall of Fame in your hometown is something special.
The Hamilton Sports Hall of Fame welcomes Dave Andreychuk.